Today, MV Agusta announced a brand new, more accessible version of their insane super naked, the Brutale 1000RR. This one will be called the RS and should offer a slightly more easygoing vibe and price. So in this video, we'll go over everything you need to know about this stunning machine. The good news is that a lot of the best features of the RR remain, especially the ridiculous engine with a 998cc inline-4 that makes 208 horsepower at 13,000 RPM. It's exactly the same, so it gets all of the updates for 2021 like low friction internals and Euro 5 compliance owing to a new exhaust system design. The stunning steel trellis frame and single-sided swing arm are retained, as are the cutting-edge electronics with a new IMU that opens up a comprehensive suite of lean-sensitive rider aids managed through a 5.5-inch TFT dash. Brakes are still the same top-notch Brembo style calipers on 320mm discs, but there are a few key differences and I've split them into 4 areas. The big one is the suspension with the semi-active electronically adjustable O-rings of the RR, making way for a much simpler setup. This one gets a 50mm Marzocchi upside down fork with full mechanical adjustability and a Sachs monoshock at the rear, again fully adjustable, but you'll have to get your screwdriver out. So although it doesn't have quite the same quality or the convenience of making changes with the switchgear or the ability to adapt on the fly to the road surface, it should still provide a decent ride as well as the ability to dial in the settings to your preference. Interestingly, it does still get the O-rings electronic steering damper with both manual and automatic adjustment modes. Now, as I said at the top, they've tried to make the RS a little bit more forgiving as the RR is a bit of a beast. Check out the link in the description to see my review video when I borrowed one from Crazy Horse in Bury St Edmunds. So with this one, the saddle has been given softer padding for extra comfort over distance, and they've raised the bars a little in order to give a more sat up riding position. You might have expected them to shift the foot pegs to match, but if you put them side by side, they appear to be in the exact same spot. They have, however, fitted some forged hangers and pegs as opposed to the premium CNC items of the RR. Now, they say that they have improved grip, but ultimately this will help to keep the cost down. In fact, there are a few areas in which MV have pulled back the level of finish, including the wheels, which look a little lower spec, and the regular mirrors, which replace the bar ends of the RR. Some of the carbon body panels and engine covers have been replaced with plastic, and although there are still 2 color choices of red and grey, they're a little simpler and less lustrous than the RR. Don't get me wrong, it's still an incredible looking bike if you ask me, but up close it'll just be a little less premium than the full fat version. I reckon it's fair enough though. The on the road price for this one in the UK will be £22,830. Now that's about £5,000 less than the RR, which seems like a fair discount for what you're getting. Ultimately, the engine, frame, brakes and electronics are still up there with the best, and so the riding experience won't be that far off, especially considering it hasn't gained any weight. It just won't make for quite as much of a showpiece in the garage. And in fact, it could well be a smart move by MV because it pulls it down much closer to some of the super naked competition like the Ducati Street Fighter V4S. That bike comes in at £20,205, so for anyone looking at those, the RR could have been well out of budget. But now with the RS, if you're already paying 20 grand, then what's another 2? As always, I'd love to hear your take down in the comments below. Have MV done the right thing by making it more affordable, or should they protect their super premium aspirational brand by just producing the most exclusive products possible? And which would you go for if you had 20 grand spare, the Ducati or this MV RS? Let me know your pick in the comments, and if you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and I'll catch you next time.